Hello, I'm Mr. Schultz. Before we get started into the course, I want to bring your attention to a few important details. Keep in mind everything that we talk about here today, you can also find in your course information tab in your Blackboard website. So a couple quick things to discuss would be the start and end dates. All the courses start September 3rd, and if you enrolled a little bit late, that is okay. Just keep in mind that the end dates and midterms don't change. So if you start a little bit late, you might just have to do some catch-up work. From my experience in all three courses that we're going to talk about today, that is can easily be done. So September 3rd is our start date for physics and oceanography A. Your end date is January 24th. Okay? That means that your midterm is November 1st. And we're going to talk about midterms here in a minute. But that's important to note. If you are in oceans and their ecosystems, you're in a trimester. So you're at a little faster pace. And your start date is still September 3rd. Your end date is December 6th, which means your midterm is October 18th. Okay? So with those dates being in mind, thinking about syllabus and pacing, make sure you look over the syllabus. Each of the courses offer a pacing guide, except for oceanography, I think is a blank guide and you have to fill out your own pacing guide. But I'm going to simplify it for all three courses. Physics, oceanography, and oceans and their ecosystems. Both physics and oceans and their ecosystems are divided into units. Each course has 6 units. Oceanography is divided into modules, and it has 6 modules. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. By midterm, I want you to complete 3 units or modules plus the midterm test or midterm project. Okay, let me repeat that again. By your midterm date, November 1st for physics and oceanography, you're going to complete 3 units or 3 modules, the midterm project or the midterm exam. For oceans and their ecosystems, by October 18th, 3 units and there are 3 projects. I don't believe there's a midterm exam in there. I'll have to double check that one. Okay? So, with that being said, at midterm, unless you ask for permission ahead of time and it's approved ahead of time, I'm not going to grade anything that was assigned before that time. Okay? So make sure you have unit 1, 2, 3 done. Modules 1, 2, and 3 done. After we get past midterm date, then we just move on to the next set of modules and units, and I don't go back and grade any other assignments. That's just to keep you on pace so you don't procrastinate or fall behind too quickly. Okay? If you run into issues, email me. I'm easy to work with, and I'd be happy to help you out. As far as grading goes, there's really about 4 types of assignments. There's your normal assignments, there's discussion boards, there's projects, and there's quizzes and tests. And I want to bring to your attention that I'm a big believer in mastery learning, and I love to give feedback and allow you guys to resubmit assignments to improve your grade. So keep in mind that when you're doing assignments, discussions, and projects, check for feedback. And if you don't have the full score, see what I've asked you to do. Feel free to make those changes if you want to on that assignment and resubmit it. Make sure if you resubmit it that you email me and be very specific. Tell me the module or unit and the lesson and what you did in order to change the assignment. And then I'll go in and regrade it for you. Okay? Talking about grading real quickly, I try to grade everything within 36 hours of submission. I'll do my best. Sometimes I'm quicker. Once in a while, it takes a little bit longer, especially on the bigger assignments such as projects. In regards to assignments, for physics, the practice work problems pretty much you do the assignment and you're getting credit for doing that assignment. For oceanography, the assignments and oceans and ecosystems, and a few on the physics, anytime you watch a video and take notes, and there's a few of those assignments, you have to take 10 notes and then write a meaningful paragraph. If you do your 10 notes, it's usually, and they're good notes, 10 facts I should say, you're going to get probably 15 out of 20 points. The meaningful paragraph is worth 5 points. And that meaningful paragraph is what they ask you to do is pick the most interesting fact and tell us why it was interesting to you. I want you to go into details. Why is that interesting? Please don't just tell me it's cool. If you say, hey, it was really cool and that's why it's interesting, tell me why it's cool. Make it personal. How does it fit in your life? Is there a connection? Or ask a deeper question to it. So keep that in mind. For discussion boards, and there are a number of those assignments in each of those courses, you go in and you leave a discussion. Quite often it's just a copy and paste from an earlier assignment for part 1. You copy and paste maybe your meaningful paragraph over to the discussion board. But then the next thing you have to do is you need to go in and respond to 2 of your peers' responses, 2 of the things they've left. And when you do that, keep in mind, all I see is your response. I don't see even the original message. So what I ask you to do is leave a meaningful response. In other words, make sure it's a complete thought. I know what you're talking about. And again, please don't just say, I agree, or that is really cool, but explain why you agree or why it's really cool, or ask a deeper question. Drive that deeper learning back to your fellow student. Make sure those are like that. If you do that, you're going to get 10 out of 10 on your discussions. If you get 8 out of 10, then you're missing something. Go back, check the notes, and you can make your corrections. And if you resubmit, make sure you just email me and let me know. Okay. As far as projects go, projects and papers are all graded by rubrics. Most of the time the rubrics are shown to you. If they're not and you want to see what's on the rubric, what's expected, just email me. I'd be happy to send that information to you. Quizzes and tests, those are one area that really we're not given too much freedom to have you retake the test or quiz. It can happen in circumstances, so if something weird happens, don't hesitate to request it, but I'm going to give you a heads up that we don't always allow you to redo the quizzes or tests. Be prepared and be ready to take those, and make sure when you take your test that you're doing it through your test proctor or your mentor at your home school. So I hope this was helpful. Keep in mind of the important dates. Don't forget about the midterm date and what needs to be done by midterm. Best of luck to you. Have a great semester.